Hello, good morning everyone. Good morning students. Sheetal, good morning. Ria, good morning. Let's wait for everyone to join the class. Shivam, good morning. Today, we will be starting with new and a very interesting topic in our class. Final accounts from the incomplete records and the single entry system. Entire chapter of final accounts which you have studied with me. Final accounts of sole proprietorship of partnership which we had discussed. Entire thing is linked to that and it's fully related. We have to do the same work that we did in that chapter. That's preparing trading P&L balance sheet. The only difference is that this will have slightly different scenario. The way of providing information will be different here. We will have to learn that way, which will help prepare the final accounts. Students, you can also expect a question of around 10 to 14 marks from this chapter. In almost every term, you will see a question from single entry in the exam. So, this is a very important chapter. You will see this chapter in the exam in almost every term. The more you will practice this chapter, the better are your chances of getting 14 marks for this question very easily. You can attempt it very easily. So students, please put a heading in your notebook. Write heading in the notebook. Accounting from incomplete records. Single entry system in bracket. Accounting from incomplete records and write single entry system in bracket. What is all this? If you read the chapter name carefully, then it is accounting from incomplete records. Incomplete accounting records will be given to you. Then from the incomplete information about the business will be given to you. From that, you have to do the accounting and then prepare final accounts. Pay attention, this is the important point and main point of this whole chapter. So the business entity for which you are preparing the final accounts, it will not be able to provide you with the complete accounting information, with the information based on the double entry system. It will provide you with the incomplete accounting records, half-done accounting records, in which entry of some transactions is done properly, entry of some transactions is half done, then entry of some transactions has not been done. So such mixed accounts where there is half entry, full entry, no entry, such accounting records will be given. If you will be asked, from this accounting record, incomplete record, you have to prepare final accounts of the entity. Prepare accounts of entity. Normally, these problems arise when there is a small business, a business that operates on a small scale. Those who didn't pay attention to accounting or cannot afford the time or cost involved in accounting. When they want to maintain accounts properly and when they need to prepare final accounts properly and bring everything in line from next year. So you will encounter these types of problems in real life. The chartered accountants or the cost accountants will be facing it. Let's take an example for the same. There's small tea vendor business near our office building. So the tea vendor, whatever work he is doing or whatever money he has to pay or receive, whatever amount is due, whatever he has to take or give to someone, he keeps recording all of that at one place. He does not maintain his accounts properly according to double entry system. He does not maintain tally. He says that he does not have enough time or money to pay for it. Now the tea vendor wants that he should also prepare income tax file and he wants income tax return. He also wants to obtain a loan from the bank. If he wants to obtain a loan and he wants to file the income tax returns, then his final accounts should be fully ready. It should be complete. Based on that, he will enter all the information and will provide it to the bank or the government. Now that tea vendor comes to me and says that these are my accounting records, please prepare trading PL balance sheet and all final accounts. He wants to go to bank for a loan application. And he wants to apply for the income tax return. He needs his final accounts, so he wants me to prepare the final accounts. Given these incomplete records of the tea vendor, when we have to prepare the final accounts from them, then the problem that arises due to all of this thing is called the accounting from the incomplete records. Generally, the medium and the large scale business maintain their accounts based on double entry system because accounting information helps them in making day-to-day decisions for business. So those people who own a small business and they cannot afford or they do not have enough money or time to do the accounting properly, then they face these kinds of problems that chartered accountants or cost accountants help them solve. They have to prepare the complete final accounts for them so that they can continue with their work smoothly and without any hindrance. This is called problem of accounting from incomplete records or problem of single entry system. Single entry system is when your books of accounts are not maintained according to double entry system. Accounts not maintained in such a way means that some transactions were recorded in the double entry system. Then entry of some transactions is half done. Then entry of some transactions is not done at all. Let's say, for example, that tea vendor, he is only maintaining the details of just 3 things. Cash transactions of the debtors and creditors. So if you want to open their books of accounts and when cash transactions are discussed, for example, collection from the debtors, you will see double entry. When you will go to debtors account, there you'll see money has been received. And when you will go to cash list, there also you'll see that money has been received. If payment is made to the creditor, then you will see it's double entry in creditors account and in cash account. But purchases from the creditors, creditor account shows that goods worth this much money were purchased, but there won't be double entry in purchases. Let's suppose the amount is already paid to purchase the tea leaves. It will be shown in cash that tea leaves are purchased, but there will be no separate account for tea leaves or purchases. So there will be many transactions that are based on the double entry. There will be many transactions that are half done, and there will be transactions that have not been done. It has no entry. Such problems or such books of accounts are called accounts maintained under the single entry system. So from these incomplete records and from all these incomplete accounting records, we'll learn to prepare final accounts in this chapter. What's the difference between final accounts in last chapter and final accounts in this chapter? Difference is that in last chapter, you were given trial balance. All the information was already prepared. You just had to arrange it in the final accounts. As the accounting records are not maintained according to the double entry system here, so you will never be given the trial balance. You will be given the scattered accounting information, and from that you will have to fix the information, extract complete information from it, and then prepare the final accounts. So the main way of giving the question will be like earlier trial balance provided all information. Trial balance will not be given, only scattered accounting information is given, and from that you have to prepare final accounts accordingly. Due to challenging task of preparing accounts, everyone needs a professional like the chartered accountant or the cost accountant, and we are there to solve them and to provide them with this particular service, which we can very easily do for our clients when you will open the firm for your practice. Initially, you will get the work of this nature. Small and medium-sized business will come with their problems and you will solve them. This is one of the problems that you will encounter in real life. First, tell me that is it clear what is accounting from incomplete records? Did you understand accounting from incomplete records? Write it. Please write. The first point is incomplete records or single entry system. Incomplete records or the single entry system refers to accounting records. Refers to the accounting records that are not maintained, using double entry system of accounting, that are not maintained using the double entry system of accounting. Number 2, in these accounts, we can notice the following three cases. Part A, write double entry for some transactions. Double entry for some transactions. Partial or single entry for some transactions. Point C, no entry for some transactions. The next point is no entry for some transactions. No entry for some transactions. Number 3. This is generally seen. This is generally seen in a very small to small business entities. It's seen in very small to small business entities which cannot afford time and cost of maintaining proper books of accounts. Which cannot afford the time and the cost of maintaining proper books of accounts. Number 4. In this chapter, we will come across the following 2 problems or the following 2 types of questions. Following 2 types of questions. So you will see 2 types of questions or 2 types of problems. Number 1, preparation of the final accounts. Prepare final accounts, that's trading PL balance sheet from incomplete records. If I need 7 classes for this chapter, then 6 out of 7 classes will be for this topic. Preparation of final accounts from incomplete records. And number 2, computation of profit. Computation of profit using the capital comparison techniques. Computation of profit using the capital comparison techniques. And in this particular chapter, we will get 2 types of the questions. First type of question is most important, which will appear in exam for 14 marks. We have to prepare final accounts from incomplete accounting records. Then the second type of problem is comparatively simpler. It's for 5 to 7 marks. We have to compute the profit using the capital comparison. By comparing the opening and closing capital, we have to calculate profit during the period. You will find these 2 types of problems in this question and chapter. Now we will start with the first part, preparation of final accounts. Preparation of final accounts from incomplete records. Preparation of final accounts from incomplete records. Mark it very important. Preparation of final accounts from incomplete records is very important topic. It is the most important part of this chapter. The questions that come in the exam for 10 to 14 marks, they are from this topic. Please write. Write A part as the accounts are not maintained properly using double entry system. As the accounts are not maintained properly using the double entry system, we will not have a trial balance. Okay, again I'll read it. So we will not have a trial balance to prepare the final accounts. So we will not have a trial balance to prepare the final accounts. All right. So we are given a trial balance and we have to prepare final accounts. We'll arrange all the items in trading, P&L and balance sheet. We will not have a trial balance to prepare the final accounts. In this case, we will have to prepare final accounts from the scattered accounting information. From the scattered information, you have to prepare the final accounts. Means we will have to prepare final accounts from scattered accounting information. By the help of trial balance, all the information is given in the table in organized way. And if there is no trial balance, then the information will be scattered. Also, sometimes it will tell about debtors, then cash or others. And because of this, the information will be scattered everywhere. Scattered accounting information. To prepare final accounts, we will have to use, or we will use the following two steps. Right? So to prepare final accounts, we will use the following two steps. Okay, we will use two steps. Number one is complete the incomplete accounting information. I will read once again, complete the incomplete accounting information. So first of all, what I will do is I will complete the incomplete accounting information. All right, first of all, I will complete the incomplete accounting information. So tell me, how will you complete it? This will be done. Yes, this will be done by preparing the following ledger accounts, all right? So students, this will be done by preparing the following ledger accounts and a few other things. So this will be done by preparing the following ledger accounts and other things. Like for example, we may have to prepare an opening balance sheet. Right? Opening balance sheet. But why we need opening balance sheet? So that we can get the opening capital balance and we can prepare the balance sheet for this year. The first step in balance sheet is opening capital balance. Then we will adjust net profit, drawings to arrive at closing capital. Then we complete the balance sheet. And what else do we need to create the cash account? Bank account, debtors account, bills receivable account, creditors account, bills payable account, expenses account, fixed assets account, etc. So we require to create some ledger accounts and an opening balance sheet. And then first we need to gather the scattered information in one place and then we'll complete it. All right? I mean that when my scattered information will come into ledger, then all information will be in one place inside ledger, which will give me a clear picture. This will allow me to complete the incomplete information and prepare my final accounts. So my first step will be that I'll have to create these ledger accounts, all right? So that I can complete the incomplete information, right? And in this way, I can bring all the scattered information at one place. Okay, so do you know where these will be created? In working notes. Okay, means in the working notes, you will have to do all this work, right? It's not necessary that question has everything. For example, in some question, opening balance sheet will be given, so we don't have to create it. And in some question, information of BRBP is not given, then don't make. In other, fixed assets will be less. Opening balance depreciation will be given, just calculate closing balance. Don't create fixed assets account. Wherever you think that there is no need of the ledger and you can do it just by thinking, then do it like that. And where you feel that there is a lot of information, then we will create a ledger and complete all those things properly. So now our first step will be that first we'll complete our incomplete accounting records just by preparing these ledger accounts in the working notes. Also in this chapter, we'll have very good practice of ledger accounts. If a student has difficulty in preparing the ledger accounts, then the practice of this chapter can help them gain lot of control over the ledger accounts, as they will be able to smoothly prepare them in future. So basically this chapter will help you in gaining the insights of accounting and it will make your base strong. Number 2, prepare the final accounts. Okay, prepare the final accounts. Now, what all things are made in final accounts? Trading account, profit and loss account, balance sheet, When your information is complete, then you can prepare the final accounts. We will work simultaneously. We will prepare the format of the final accounts and keep the workings ready. Then we will quickly read the questions and place each item to where it belongs. So total I'll have two works. First, I'll create ledger and complete the incomplete information. Then I have to prepare final accounts. So for the entire preparation of the final accounts, there will be two steps, alright? First is to complete the incomplete information, and second is prepare final accounts of trading, profit, loss and balance sheet. So that's it for learning. Now we need to practice. There's no more knowledge left to be gained. Now we need to pick up questions, start working on them and learn the entire concept thoroughly. Take 2 minutes to write this down. Read entire discussion once. If you have any doubts, ask me. After that, we will directly start with the questions. In first 5 to 6 class, we will do the first part, final accounts from incomplete records. Once we'll learn that, we'll go to the second part, capital comparison to calculate profit. Give 2 minutes and write down properly. Read the entire concept once because we are going to start questions. Have you all written it and read properly? Tell me, have you all written it? Students, have you all written everything completely? And have you read it? While reading the question, I am going to say the same things, so do not panic then. In this chapter, students will face problems only if they rush while practicing questions with me. When you will start practicing questions, once 3-4 questions are done, then I will give you time to do on your own. And later I will give you 10 to 15 minutes for trying. Then you will learn to do the work in class. But before that, you have to practice 2 or 3 questions thoroughly with me so that you understand well. Don't mumble, be calm and do it smoothly. And you will see that things will become very clear to you. And we don't have to revise all these chapters. Pick the question, do it and revision is complete. Don't think about revising all these chapters. Just do the question and that's it. Final accounts, single entry, they all are these types of chapters. In final accounts, we have to see adjustments. Here we don't need to see anything, just see final accounts and practice it. Let's move on. Now students, see here. In the book at page number 35, okay? Now see in the book at page 35. First we will look at question number 1. In the book at page number 35, question number 1. From the following particulars presented by Rama brothers, who maintain their accounts under a single entry system. Further it says calculate total purchase and total sales. The question isn't about final accounts. It has asked to calculate the total purchase and total sales. Total purchase means cash plus credit purchase. Total sales means cash sales plus credit sales. Now in the question, the balance of debtors, bills receivable, creditors and also bills payable are given. So you have to create 4 ledger accounts of debtors, creditors, BRBP. Opening and closing balances both are given. And some transactions are given below. While I was looking at the transactions, then at the end I have seen that in the question, the cash sales and cash purchase are already given. Means cash sales and cash purchase are already given to you. If cash sales and cash purchases are given, and you have to calculate total sales and total purchase. So tell me actually what do you need to find out? You are given cash sales and purchase and you have to calculate total purchase and total sales. Now tell me what do you actually need to calculate in this question? Credit purchase and credit sales. If we'll calculate credit purchase and we'll add cash purchase, then we'll get total, or we'll calculate credit sales and add cash sales, then we'll get total. So in this entire question, we just have to calculate credit sales and credit purchase. So calculate credit sales and credit purchase. Now in this question, we will create ledgers of debtors BR, creditors BP, and this is a very good question that will help you understand these 4 ledgers very well. Okay? Answer to question 1. Answer of the question number 1 on page number 35. Okay, so we'll see the answer to question 1 on page 35. And now we will create a debtors account, all right? In exam, create columns for particulars amount that much will be sufficient. And we'll create 1 column for bills receivable account, and we don't need to create date and amount column. There's no need of all that. Debtors account and bills receivable account. Bills receivable always originates from the debtors, so it always come along with the debtors. Creditors and bills payable account. Creditors and bills payable account. Debtors BR, creditors BP. We need to create these 4 ledger accounts. Debtors BR, creditors BP. Now pay attention and tell me with whatever knowledge you have, that can you enter the opening balance and the closing balance in these 4 accounts? These 4 balances are given to you here. The opening and closing of all 4 items. So tell me that can you enter these 4 balances in the ledger accounts by yourself? If you can enter it on your own, then it would be great. Now according to your own calculations, try to write the opening and closing balances in these 4 ledger accounts. Okay, so try to write opening and closing balances. Now I'm giving you some work to do so that you can learn well by just practicing it. Okay? By reading, you'll understand how to apply the concepts so that you won't have to do a lot of work later. Yes, there is no problem. We can write opening and closing balance as the debtor is an asset and the asset has debit balance. So opening will be to balance BD and closing will be by balance CD. So I'm writing here to balance BD and here I am writing by balance CD. The opening balance of the debtor is 28. Closing balance is 24. And same bills receivable is also assets. To balance BD by balance CD. Opening balance is 14 and the closing balance is 15. So the creditors are the liability. Write by balance BD. To balance CD, it's a liability. 16 and 32. Opening is 16 and closing is 32. Bills payable is also a liability, so we will write by balance BD. To balance CD, it is 8 and 15, so bills payable is 8 and here it will be 15. 8 and 15. Students, this is done. You can write these opening and closing balances. Why I am not able to see the chats today? Why I can't see the chats today? I think Shiv Arjun and Shahinpal, these two good students, are not in today's class. Apurv is not here. These students usually reply, but today other students are also not replying. I need a yes or no as reply whenever I ask you, so that I can communicate and know if you're understanding or not. Okay. Shall we move on? So now after this, transactions are given here. Cash received from debtors, the debtors paid the money. If money is received from debtor, the debtor will decrease. So the debtor will be in credit by cash account. 2 lakh. We don't need to create a cash account, so no need to do its double entry. By cash account. Next. Cash paid to creditor. When we make payment to the creditor, the liability decreases. So it will be in debit. To cash account, 160. Creditor account debit to cash, 1,60,000. Next one is the discount allowed. Discount is allowed to debtor, and by allowing discount to the debtor will decrease by discount allowed. Discount allowed is given, it is 1,000. Next is discount received a discount of how much? Of 2,000 from the creditor. If I receive a discount from the creditor's liability will decrease. Discount received. How much? 2,000. Discount received 2,000. Bad debt is 3,000 and bad debts are from debtors. Due to bad debts, debtors will decrease. So it will be in credit by bad debt. 3,000. You can also pass journal entries by thinking it through. This is a simple way to analyze that in ledger which asset is it increasing and which asset is it decreasing. Then debit and credit will be clear to you. Next is return inwards or sales return. It's done by the debtors, so the debtors will decrease by return inwards. 5,000. Return outward or purchase return. Purchase return is done to creditors, so creditor will decrease. To return outward. Return outward is how much? 6,000. Goods worth 6,000 were returned to creditor, so creditor will decrease. If someone is lagging behind in this, then you are very slow. I usually explain each and every point one by one. All of you should be ahead of me. Don't just copy it. Copying it won't help you. It doesn't matter if you have internet problem. You should do this question yourself. There's actually no use in copying it. Let's move on. Bills receivable dishonored. You have to explain this properly. Explain the entry for bills receivable dishonored. If BR is dishonored, then what is the entry? If BR is dishonored, then tell me what will be the entry. So the entry for it will be debtor account debit to BR for bills receivable dishonored. In debtor it will be to BR. And in BR write by debtor. In debtor write to BR and in BR write by debtor 4,000. Bills receivable dishonored for 1,000. Debtor account debit to bills receivable. We studied this in bills of exchange chapter. Next is cash paid against bills payable. The payment of bills payable was made. So here the entry would be bills payable to cash. Bills payable to cash. How much? 10,000 rupees payment was made. Bills payable to cash. Now next. Cash received against bills receivable. For this the journal entry would be cash to BR by cash 16,000. By cash 16,000. I have done all transactions entry that were here. So the cash sales, cash purchases, debtors, creditors does not affect the account. So there will be no entry for it. I have done the accounting for all of the transactions here. Listen carefully. We need to calculate the credit sales from which account? From debtors account. In the exam, don't rush. Don't try to quickly close the debtors account and calculate the sales. We know that there is a related account to debtors bills receivable. Unless and until you thoroughly analyze the bills receivable, don't just close the debtors account, because there might be some information in the bills receivable which might affect the debtor. Okay, students? And whenever you are closing ledger account, don't do it in a hurry. Always close BR and BP accounts first, then close debtor and creditors accounts. Close BR, then go to debtors. Close BP, then go to creditors, because it can happen that the figure of BR or BP could affect the debtor or creditors, as BR and BP are derived from the debtors and creditors. When closing the ledger, the most important thing to remember is that first close the secondary ledgers like BR and BP, then close primary ledgers, debtors and creditors. First, go to the bills receivable account. Take a look at the bills receivable account and see if it is tallying. Look at the bills receivable account and then check if it is tallying. Pay attention. On the credit side, the total that we are getting is 35,000. But on the debit side, the amount is 14,000 only. So there is a difference of total 21,000 on debit side. The difference is of 21,000 on debit side. Now you can tell me what could be the difference in the BR account and debit? Or is there anything you think that should have been in the BR account but it was not given? We were given the opening and closing balance. We were given how much was the collection and how much was dishonored. What was that information that should have been provided in BR but it was not given? It will be on the debit side, 21,000. What is that information? Students, in opening bills receivable was only 14,000. If bills receivable was 14 and 4,000 rupees was dishonored, then how 16,000 rupees was received? From 14, 4 was dishonored and 10 remained, but 16 is received and there is still some remaining in closing. This means during the year, there are some bills that were received, but the information about them was not given directly in the question here. So bill was drawn on the debtor. And when we draw a bill, the entry would be BR account debit to debtor. Bill was drawn on debtor during the year, but the information about it was not given. So students, this 21,000, what does it represent? This represents the bill that is drawn on the debtors. Okay, students? The bill that was drawn on the debtors, this information was not provided in the question. Students, without drawing a bill, how could we receive so much money? When we will draw a bill, only then we would receive this much money from the debtors at the maturity. So during the year, how much bill did we draw on the debtors was not mentioned here. We have calculated this missing figure when we have completed the BR account, or as we say, the bills receivable account. This missing figure, this is what we need to calculate and is the most important part of this chapter. You will have to read that account and you have to read and then decide what is missing that we can get from here. Now I'll do the double entry in the debtors account. By bills receivable account, 21,000. The entry is by bills receivable account 21,000. Now look at the debtors account. Let's check the debtors account. Is the account tallied? It's not tallied, and for that we have to calculate sales. To sales, we are going to get this credit sales here. Now we have to close the debtor account and then we will calculate the credit sales. We will close debtor account and then we will proceed to calculate the credit sales here. So the total on the credit side would be 2 lakh plus 1,000 plus 3,000 plus 5,000 plus 21 plus 24. 254. It's 254. Minus 28 minus 4. The credit sales that we are getting is 2,22,000. The credit sales is how much? 2,22,000. We needed this to calculate the total sales. If we add credit sales and cash sales, we will get total sales. You can calculate. In the same way, by thinking carefully, I will write down the total sales below. Cash sales is given, it is 60,000. Credit sales is 2,22,000. At both of them, we'll get 2,82,000. This is first part of the question's answer. It's total sales. So students, in this same way, by closing the bills payable and creditor accounts, would you be able to calculate the credit purchase? Tell me students that in this way, by closing the bills payable and creditor accounts, can you calculate credit purchase? I already taught you for debtor. You can try it yourself in bills payable. So please do it. I hope that it is done. First, bills payable account. On the debit side, total is 25,000. The credit side has only 8,000. 17,000 is missing. What is this 17,000? So here, bill payable of 8,000 was in the opening. Then how can the payment be 10,000 rupees and 15,000 more is yet to be paid? So this means it's certain that a new bill was accepted during the year which we haven't been informed about, okay? So here we will do entry for a new bill that was accepted. Journal entry for accepting a bill is creditor account debit to bills payable. Creditor account debit to bills payable. In the bills payable, it will be by creditor. Here on the debit side, it will be to bills payable. 17,000. Now I am going to balance this ledger. The total is 2,17,000. After deducting 16,000, remaining amount is 2,01,000. And this will be the purchases, credit purchases by purchases account. So, when you are preparing the final accounts in single entry, the first thing you should know is when creating ledger accounts, don't be in a hurry, and when closing the ledgers, close secondary accounts first, like bills payable, bills receivable, etc. Then after that, close main account, debtors and creditors. Write total purchases. Total purchases. Cash purchase is 40,000. The credit purchase is of 2,01,000. So total purchase is 241. If it asks for net purchases, yes, net purchases. From this you can deduct purchase return and sales return to get the net purchases and net sales. If total is asked, add cash and credit together. If net, subtract returns from these and tell the net purchases and net sales. Any doubts? Take 2 minutes to review this entire question. It's important because the concept you learn from this question will be used in every question going forward. When you will finish this reading, then we will start our journey from question number 2 for making the final accounts. Please take a look at the question number 1 and review it very carefully. Okay, please have a look. Is that clear? Anyone having any doubt? Is there any doubt at any point or any transaction? So try to think about the journal entry. Thinking about journal entry will make it all easy to understand. Then you can check the ledger posting. Just don't ask this question. Now you might think, how will we get to know what is in the missing figure? This is what you have to learn. That how will we know what the missing figure will be? We should know how to read the ledger and what could be in the ledger that they haven't given us. Done? Now let's move on to our journey of final accounts, okay? And we will read question number 2. Answer to the question number 2 on page 35. Answer to question 2 on page 35. In the question, X does not maintain proper books of accounts. From the following information, prepare trading and PL account for the year ending 31st December 17 and balance sheet as on that date. I need to prepare the trading and PL account for the year ending 31st December 17 and the balance sheet as on that date. First, we are given the opening and closing balances of the ledger accounts. Debtor, stock, furniture, creditor. Opening and closing balance of 4 items are given. First, you will look at these opening and closing balances and tell us which ledgers we need to create. So, how many ledgers do we need to create? Out of these items, we need to create the ledger. All these ledgers. So, you can see out of these ledgers, which ones are the ledger accounts whose balances are given to you. Like in this question, the balance of a debtor account is given. So, create a debtor account. We don't create a separate stock account, it's trading account itself. Stock information is obtained from trading account and profit is calculated from it. If there are a lot of purchase given or sales or depreciation given, I'll create a furniture account. Otherwise, I don't need it. Sundry creditors is also given, so you have to create a creditors account. Debtors account, creditors account, BR account, BP account, cash account, bank account, these are the ledgers that we create so that we can complete our information. By looking at these balances, you'll identify what ledgers you need to create. And along with this, we will also create an opening balance sheet because we are not given the opening capital figure and we need the opening capital figure to create the balance sheet, right? In opening balance sheet with assets and liabilities, we will subtract liabilities from assets. That gives balance of capital. Okay? We will also create an opening balance sheet. At the bottom, you have some more transactions given and it says that he had 2,500 cash at the beginning of the year. Cash balance is also given. So the third ledger account I need to create is cash. Debtor account, creditors account, cash account and an opening balance sheet. I will create these 4 in the workings. And trading PL balance sheet is my main question. The main question. Now listen carefully to what I'm saying here. When you create questions from these chapters, final accounts, incomplete records, I have always taught you to create questions simultaneously on 2 pages. On the left hand side, trading and PL on half a page, then leave some space and then balance sheet towards below. Then on the right side, opening balance sheet, cash account, debtor account and creditors account. So you will work simultaneously on these 2 pages. Also in the exam, you'll always use 2 pages. If there's more to be done after that, we'll move on, but we'll start with only 2 pages. Because if you will write most of the things on 2 pages, you can easily complete everything. So if you are still making it in the copy, then if 1 page is being wasted, let it be. You'll always take 2 pages to solve your single entry question. On the left, format of trading PL balance sheet, which is the main part, and you will do the workings on the right hand side. Okay, workings. Let's begin. Answer to question 2. And you don't need to read the entire question in single entry, because even if you read it, you have to start doing it. Tell me whose name is given. It is Mr. X. Trading and PL account. Trading and PL account. For the year ended 31st December 17. Trading and profit and loss account for the year ended 31st December 17. Balance sheet. As on 31st December 17. Working notes. Opening balance sheet. Cash account. Debtor accounts. You can create it like debit and credit on the same line. In exam, it should be up and down, but here it can be side by side. So that you don't complain like why and how many pages am I wasting. We have to make a new copy, which costs money. In the workings, you can write opening balance sheet, cash account, debtors account, creditors account, and write next to opening balance sheet 31st December 16. So last year's closing is this year's opening. Opening balance sheet, cash account, debtors account, creditors account. How will we know which ledger to make? By looking at the balances. You will need to create ledgers for the accounts whose balances are given, which we have already wrote down earlier. Tell me, have you prepared this much? If you say you are ready, then I'll start with the questions. You have to go on with me. Don't rush, okay? Hold on, Shivam. Don't rush at all and just follow the steps that I suggest. Yes, just try to maintain the speed with me, okay? Don't copy and paste. Try to think for yourself and write. If someone wrote it in the debit column, you should not just copy them. Just think about what I'm saying, that this is right and it comes on debit side. Don't just copy and paste like debit, credit, debit, credit. Copying and pasting doesn't help. You won't get anything out of the question until you think about it and give it some thought. Let's start. First of all, here we are given the opening and closing balances of the debtor. Did I create the debtors account? Yes, I have created. Go to the debtors account and always work on the ledger account first. Just go to the debtors account and try to put in the opening and closing balances, okay? Opening balance of debtor, to balance BD. Closing balance, by balance CD. 9,000 and 12,500. Now this debtor is an asset for us. Since it's an asset, it should go to the balance sheet, right? Show the opening figure in the opening balance sheet. Opening figure to be shown in the opening balance sheet. And show the closing figure in the closing balance sheet. You can also show it in the inner column of the closing balance sheet. It's possible that some adjustments for provisions may come later. If you have a big question and you can't see the whole thing, you can leave it in the inner column, and if nothing happens, we can finalize it. Debtors 12,500. First of all, I'll write it in the ledger account. After writing it in the ledger account, I'll place it in the final accounts wherever it has an impact. After debtors, the next balance I have is the stock account. Stock. Where will it go? the stock will first go to the trading account. Trading account is the stock account. So that's the reason. Trading account to opening stock 4,900. By closing stock 6,600. Opening stock 4,900. Closing stock 6,600. Stock is my asset, so it will go into the balance sheet. Show it in the respective balance sheet correctly. Opening stock in the opening balance sheet. Closing stock in the closing balance sheet. Opening stock in the opening balance sheet. Closing stock in the closing balance sheet. Without any hurry, if you make them next to each other, you'll be able to write entries quickly. And you won't need to keep flipping the pages back and forth again and again. Next, furniture. First, let me write the opening balance of the furniture in the balance sheet. I'll wait a little bit for the closing balance. There is a depreciation issue, so I'll wait for it. We have written the opening balance in the opening balance sheet. But I will be waiting a bit for the closing balance. Whenever I ask you to wait for an item, just circle it. We still have to work on this just like we did in the final accounts. For the items that are done, put a tick mark. For those not done, circle them that we still need to look at this. Balance for creditors is given as 3,000 and 2,250. We have to show the creditors in creditors account by balance brought down. 3,000 to balance carried down. 2,250. 3,000 and 2,250. And this creditor is my liability. Since it's liability, it will go to the balance sheet. Opening in the opening balance sheet, 3,000. Closing in the closing balance sheet, 2,250. 3,000 and 2,250. Right away without any hurry. First I'm writing it in the ledger, then I'm putting it in the final accounts. This is a simultaneous work. Accounting and final accounts go together in the single entry chapter. Okay? Now we will start reading the other transactions that are given. Cash collected from debtors, 30,400. I collected cash from debtors. Tell me its impact will be on which ledger accounts. If cash collected, it will be in cash account, and if from debtors, it will be in debtors account. Cash account debit to debtors. Cash account debit to debtors 30,400. And in the debtors account, by cash 30,400. The collection from debtors doesn't appear anywhere in final accounts, so it won't be added separately to the final accounts. That's it. Sales as well as the closing balances also go into the final accounts. The collection doesn't appear directly in the final accounts, so we don't have to do anything with the collection in it. Next. Cash paid to creditors. The payment was made in cash. So by creditors, 22,000. And in creditors, I will write to cash. 22,000. The entry for payment to creditor is creditor account debit to cash. Creditor account debit to cash. This has no separate impact on the final accounts. Done. Next, salaries. Can you tell me if the salary was paid or not? Since there's no mention of any outstanding amounts, I'm assuming the salaries have been paid. First, in the cash account, by salaries. Paid 6,000 rupees in salaries. Tell me, where will the salaries go? Salaries are expense, and expense will go to the PL account. So I will show the salaries in the PL. To salaries. 6,000. Salary is 6,000. Next question. Rent is 750. There is no outstanding amount given separately. So first, rupees 750 was paid from the cash account for the rent. Rent is also an expense. If it's an expense, then where should it go? In PL, write to rent. 750. Next, the office expenses are 900, so we will record these expenses in the cash account. We will write by office expenses 900. This is an expense, right? So it will go to the P&L. To office expense 900. Office expense is 900. Next is drawings are 1500. It is for drawings. Money was taken out of business for personal use. So first write in cash account by drawings 1500. Tell me, where do drawings go in final accounts? It's subtracted from the capital. So I'll show this by deducting from capital. Opening capital is not yet known in the balance sheet. Drawings 1500. The drawings goes to the balance sheet, so I deducted it from the capital. Next, fresh capital or new capital was brought in. So first write in the cash account to capital account. It's 1000. So this introduction here, it will be added to the opening capital. Add this introduction. 1000 will be added to the capital. It is the introduction. Cash sales, sales which happened in cash. So in cash account, write to sales 750. Listen to me carefully. Sales will be going to the trading account. We will go to the trading account. Write by sales. Then write cash 750. Cash sales is 750. There are credit sales because there's debtor. It means sales have happened. So cash sales 750. Cash purchases 2500. First in cash account, we will write buy purchases 2500. Where will the purchases go? In trading account, we'll write it in trading account. Two purchases. Write cash purchases 2500. We'll add the credit that we get. Next, discount received is 350 rupees. So discount received will first affect creditor account. Creditor account debit to discount received 350 rupees. Students, this discount received, it's the income. It will go to PL. We will write by discount received 350. By discount received 350. Then next, discount allowed 150. In debtor, we will write by discount allowed 150. This discount is the expense. It will go to the PL. Write to discount allowed 150. We are doing the accounting and making final accounts simultaneously. Return inward, sales return, so it goes to the debtor account. By return inward 500. We know that this return inwards will be lesser than sales. Credit sale is currently unknown. Less return inward. The return inward is 500. Return inward is lesser than the sales. Next, return outward is 400 in creditor account. To return outward, write creditor to purchase returns 400. This return outward will be lesser than the purchases. Credit purchase is not known to us yet, less return outward 400. Return outward is 400. 100 rupees of bad debt first to debtor account. By bad debt 100 rupees. This bad debt, it is a loss. Write in PL. To bad debt 100 rupees. To bad debt 100. You can easily do this without any hurry, students. Take your time in doing this. Opening cash balance 2500 in cash account. To balance BD. 2500. Cash is the asset, so it will be included in balance sheet. 2500. Cash is asset, so 2500 will be included in balance sheet. So I have written all the information from the question here. Just one piece of information is left out. Furniture's closing balance is left, so look at furniture's closing balance. Tell me, what do you think about it? Take a look at the furniture's closing balance and tell me what you think about it. Speak whatever comes to your mind, like what should have happened. Just tell me what might have happened to the furniture. Opening is 500. Closing is 750. What might have happened to furniture? Pay attention now. The furniture is purchased but depreciation is not given. Purchases would have been for 250. If not, then how will furniture increase? Furniture cannot just create its own self. A new furniture must have been purchased. So I will be showing the furniture purchased first in cash account. Buy furniture. 750 minus 500. This is only for your understanding. 250. It is 250 now. I can easily show the furniture in the balance sheet. 750. Now I can show the furniture in the balance sheet at 750. Opening 500, current year purchase 250, total is 750. Suppose 500 goes down to 400, then there is depreciation of 100 rupees. Why not consider 100 a sale? In furniture and other fixed assets, sale only happens sometimes, but depreciation happens every year. So if it is reducing, then first assume that it is the depreciation. With this, question is completed and I have ticked it. This entire question is completed from my side. So if any student has any doubts, then they can ask. Because what we are going to start, that is most important part of the question, that's to close it. Now we will start closing all of it one by one. Most important part of the question. If anyone has any doubt, they can ask me. We are creating the ledger account and the final account simultaneously. We are doing accounting and also preparing final accounts. Done. So are there any doubts? Now we will start. Closing ledger account. You have three ledgers. Cash, debtor, creditor. In these ledgers, cash is a primary ledger because it is linked to everything. There might be a figure from the debtor, creditor that impacts the cash. Debtors and creditors are secondary ledgers. When we will start closing it, we will close debtor and creditor. After its closing is done, then close cash. If there are any missing figures and information in debtor and creditor, then leave it and we'll first calculate cash. We will see later that what happens to the debtor and creditor. Therefore, in this particular question, we will first close the debtor account and the creditor account. I want that all of the students should look at debtor account. What information is already provided in that, and what do you think the question has left out? Is there any information that is missing from the question? Anything missing? There is a debtor. Opening balance is given, closing balance given, collection is given, discount is given, return is given, bad debts given, everything is given. It is not mentioned that how much goods were sold during the year. So students, what will we get from debtor account? Sales. So from the debtor account, we will get the sales, and this is the credit sale. Everything is being told to us, but the sales amount is not mentioned. Therefore, when we will complete debtor account, we will get the sales amount. So the credit sales is of 34,650. Very good, Shivam. Credit sales are 34,650. Please check it. Check it yourself again by doing the calculations. Now tell me, where will these sales go? Don't be in a hurry, Shivam. Take your time. Where these sales should go? These sales are item of trading account, so it will be included there. The sales are of 34,650. I will calculate this plus 750 minus 500. 34,900. I am completing the sales part. 34,900. Simple. Is it clear? Ishika, did you understand this? After this, I will be going to creditors account. We have both opening and closing in creditors account. Payment, discount, purchase, return, all is there. But quantity of goods purchased during the year is not mentioned. And in the creditor account, purchases is not given. So I will calculate the purchases. Right by purchases, balancing figure. Purchases balancing figure, it's 22,000. Check it yourself by doing calculations. Check it by doing the plus and minus. Where will these purchases go? These purchases will go to trading account. So add 22,000 credit purchase to the trading account. 22,000 plus 2,500 minus 400. 24,100. 24,100. But students, we won't close it now. First, we'll close ledgers. It is done. We are done with the creditor and debtor. So let's move to the cash account. In the cash account, the opening, the cash sales and the collection from debtors, creditors payment, expenses paid, drawings, etc. Everything is given to us in this account. Closing balance is not given. So we will get the closing balance directly from the cash account. The closing balance can be taken straight from the cash account. It is what you generally calculate in the ledger. The closing balance. And the closing balance of cash is 750. We get the closing balance of cash as 750. It's 750. Only calculations are done. Cash is classified as asset, so its balance of 750 will be shown in the balance sheet accordingly. Its balance will go in balance sheet, so cash amount is 750. Three things are completed in the working note. Now the last one is balance sheet. From this opening balance sheet, we will be calculating the opening capital. Capital is equal to assets minus liabilities. Capital is equal to assets minus liabilities. 16,900 minus 3,000. 13,900. 16,900 minus 3,000. 13,900. Is it clear, Ishika? 13,900. $13,900. And students, this capital will move to opening balance sheet showing 13,900. Now you'll calculate the profit after closing the trading PL and get my balance sheet ready. You all have to close trading PL on your own, calculate profit and then prepare the balance sheet. Ishika, if you want, you can check the ledgers. If you need any figures, you can take them. How much is the GP? Gross profit. How much gross profit did we get? We got 12,500 GP. Students, you have to calculate the net profit next. $4,950. Net profit is 4,950. Calculating gross and net profit is part of final accounts. It's not that hard. Add 4,950. Then add 18,350. $20,600. Check once if both the sides are perfectly tallied. Take your time to check. Is it done? Does anyone have any doubt? We will pause the single entry for now. And students, tell me, did I assign any homework from the past exam questions? In the last class? Yes, come on, tell me. Did I assign any homework? I recall giving one question as homework. Did I give any question as homework? Let me show you something. As you see, this is the exam paper. This exam paper is from December. Year 2023. From 23. And students, take a look at the question number 4. From this, I'm assigning this question 4 as homework to you. We have already solved this. Same as question 2 of class. This is similar to the question we just solved in the class. Let me write same as question 2, page 35. If you want, then you can check this as well. It is similar to the question we have just solved. You can also solve this as homework today. Balance for debtors, stock, furniture and creditors is given. I think an extra 0 might have been added to it. Alright? Cash collected, cash paid, salary, rent, office expenses and more are below. Cash balance is 25,000 at the beginning of the year. It is exactly similar. It's worth 14 marks. The same question is worth 14 marks. And this question appeared in December 23 exam. There's only one difference, and the given figure for each particular has an additional 0 added to it, alright? If you guys want, then you can complete this question as your homework today. Since it is similar to earlier question, there's nothing for me to discuss in this. Question number 4A from December 23 paper. Wait, let me write it down for all of your convenience and understanding. Same question. December 23, question number 4A. Sorry, it's 4. Of 14 marks. You can check it for yourself. This 14 marks question appeared in exam. Just be confident, study a little bit better and you will be able to easily ace the paper. Now tell me if I gave any homework. I remember giving a question. I've perhaps given you a question concerning PBDT. The question which I will be assigning to you. As today's homework is from exam paper of June 2023. Question number 6B. Question 6B from June 23 exam paper. It's question 6B from June 2023. Homework, it's of June 23. Exams, question 6B. You should keep practicing final accounts while we are still dealing with single entry. Practice will make the chapter properly understood in your mind. Students, this is your homework. Done? That concludes today's discussion. Thank you so much, everyone. We will meet tomorrow and continue this series. Thank you so much, everyone. Bye-bye.